message after the tone.
Brian, what's up, dude? How's Japan? How's the trip going, man? So I have a question to ask you that's a little bit random, but I need your help. So there's a project I'm working on that is really important, and I'm wondering if you got plans for Christmas. Because I need you to buy a ticket to the Philippines.
You guys.
Abutin lahat ng gusto.
Hey.
Kahit na mahirap, kakayanin mo. Maraming langad lang, tuloy ng laban. Dahil dito sa mundo, ang masusuko ang laging
Hey.
Dozens are feared dead in the Philippines after a fire broke out at a popular mall. It happened in the city of Davao. At least 37 people are feared dead. Recovery efforts are underway.
Stories are how we relate, understand, and connect. So when we caught wind of a story of sacrifice all the way in Davao, well, the next step was pretty obvious.
So yeah, man. Here right now in Davao City. Literally just finished up a meeting with the brother and the widow of a gentleman named MELVIN GAA, who actually died a year ago today.
The city government of Davao gives recognition to MELVIN GAA, an employee of NCCC Mall who helped 83 employees of SSI escape from the burning mall. But GAA also died when he returned inside the mall to save those who were still trapped in the building.
But yeah, his brother, his wife, were able to shed a little bit of light and a little bit of the essence in the man that MELVIN was. And it was really cool because that's why we're here. He was a gentleman that sacrificed his life a year ago today. Actually, a mass to honor his life will be taking place in about an hour, a little bit up this way. We were really touched and really moved by the story because of his heroic acts and his willingness to sacrifice. And it's amazing that someone was, especially in a day and age where we're always about me, someone was able to lay their life on the line for the sake of others. And that's something that, you know, it resonates.
After speaking with MELVIN's brother and wife about who he was as a husband and sibling, Phil and I weren't surprised at all to find out some of the qualities of this man who was willing to give the ultimate sacrifice. As the conversation and day started to come to a close, we could tell that it wasn't so easy for them to speak about someone that they just had lost. To be honest, it was some heavy stuff. To lift our spirits, we decided to do a little bit more exploring while in Davao. And that brought us to Samal Island.
Hey, that shit hurt. Ready?
Oh, you're talking about from that rock. I didn't know you were talking about. No joke. Sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith, you know?
There were so many different things that surprised me about Davao. One thing in particular was the fact that their city is in the state of martial law. And another one was just, you know, their dialects and how many dialects and languages that they kind of combine and mesh, which was pretty cool. One thing that really caught me by surprise was just how kind and how willing people are to help you and have your back. even if they don't know you. I was in the airport and just got, into the city, and I didn't have any way of contacting anyone. And someone let me use their phone, their internet, and then actually they brought me to the place that I was going. So it was really cool. I also stayed with a host that really showed me, DAVAO, and taught me so many different things about the city and about the Philippines, which was really cool.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lack of truth is when intentions get blurred. And when honesty is present, people's feelings get hurt. I tried to keep a cool balance, but this shit didn't work. Now I'm stuck here fighting, trying to figure my worth.
One of my favorite parts of the trip was one day when Phil and I were exploring DAVAO, just walking through the streets. We came upon this alleyway and we started to pass it, but I looked at it and I'm like, yo, we gotta go down this alleyway. And Phil was looking at me like, nah, man, this looks kind of sketchy. But you could see that there's just people's houses and their lives, and everything just flat out right there. And at the end of the alley, lo and behold, it was everything that we needed.
Oh, young Irish.
To the beach, y'all. Let's go. All around the world. Y'all know this is so yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful day of basketball here today, folks. We're not talking about just regular basketball. We're talking about street ball.
As much fun as we had on the trip, Phil and I both left the Philippines truly touched. We went seeking answers to what would make a man put his life on the line to save others. After speaking and connecting with the people of the city, it didn't take long to gain a better understanding.
I want to say thank you to anyone that took the time to check this video out. This particular trip to the Philippines was one of my favorites because I got the opportunity to not share my own story, but kind of discover and explore the story of someone else. And this was really, really eye-opening and a real blessing for me and what I look to accomplish on this channel, but also in my life. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, share. Maybe share with someone that you know has made some sacrifices. And if you have any recommendations or suggestions on stories that you would like to hear me tell or places you would like to see me travel, don't hesitate to leave a comment or to send me a message. I'm definitely open to any suggestions or recommendations. Thanks again. It's balance.